this one's for all the marbles, etc., and all the other hyperbole that you're used to hearing about a big game. This one truly is big. Skyview at Roy for the region title, Lee.
Skyview 8-1, Roy 8-0. The only loss Skyview suffered all season long was the first game of the year against Timpview. Both of them are fantastic teams, and you're right, this is getting better than this. This is fantastic.
Both teams on an 8-game winning streak, and both teams can put the ball in the end zone. Skyview, I think tonight it's important for them to be able to run the ball and to slow down the passing attack of the Royals.
That's exactly right. Use Herman a lot. He's rushed for over 1,000 yards this season, but they're also got to get a good pass rush as well.
Very opportunistic Roy defense. The margin of victory for Roy is 28 points, so they are blowing teams away. Skyview's got to really take care of the ball tonight, and you're going to see it all as you watch the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel. Stick around.
I am a cyclist. Soy un ciclista. I am a cyclist. Victoria. I train for it. I sacrifice for it. While they play, I train. I conquer roads others can't.
You're driven to be the best, so you should train on the best. The 2014 Proform TDF, the official training bike of the Tour de France. It's the ultimate cyclist's training experience. With iFit and Google Maps, you'll ride the Tour. Choose any stage of the Tour or nearly every road on Earth and dig in. You'll see, feel, and ride the Tour. Climb like never before. Courchevel, Galibier, even Alpe d'Huez. Only the TDF gives you a 20% incline and decline. See it all right in front of you on our 7-inch color touchscreen. And train with power with our advanced power meter. With a TDF, you can ride almost every road on the planet. You can get the TDF with 0 down. Get yours today. Train better tomorrow.
I am a cyclist, and this is where I train.
The Region 5 title is on the line as Skyview visits Roy on the Game of the Week. The Game of the Week on the Valley Channel is brought to you by Icon Health and Fitness, changing lives with fitness innovation. Wendy's of Cache Valley. It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's. Mountain Star Cache Valley Hospital, not bigger, just better. Lewiston State Bank, strong and vibrant for over a century. Cache Valley Electric, a tradition of excellence since 1915. New Smile Dental. Keep your teeth with experienced dental care. Camp Chef, the way to cook outdoors. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology. Bring back what you have been missing. Cherry Peak Resort, just minutes away to play. Lynn's Audio and Video, Cache Valley's audio and video specialist. The Logo Shop. We logo stuff. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's television station for over 25 years. Well, hello everyone, and welcome again to the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel. We take the show on the road. We're at Roy High School, one of the only east-west facing football fields in the state of Utah, and a big one tonight as the Region 5 crown is there for the taking for either one of these teams. Roy and Skyview both tied and unbeaten in region. Roy unbeaten on the season, Skyview with only one loss, that in the opener to Timpview. Coach Craig Ander knows how big a game this is, and he spent time with our Lee Vaughn about half an hour ago.
Championship, just where you wanted to be all year long. Tell me about the game.
Yeah, you know, our kids have been preparing for this all year, and we're excited to be here in this spot. The kids are excited to be in this position. You don't get to play in games like this that mean a championship all the time, and so we're excited to be here and do our best.
Probably don't have to do a whole lot of coaching to get them up for this kind of game, but you probably have to do the opposite, keep them emotionally stable. How do you do that?
You know, we decided we're going to prepare the same no matter what, and if we need to change the way we prepare, then we weren't doing something right in the first place. So we've just done what we've always done. We've prepared every game as if it was a championship game, so we feel like it's one more along the line of many games.
Last game of the regular season, and always an injury report necessary this time of the year. Can you give us one?
Yeah, Alex McCrae is still out, but fortunately we were able to rest some kids last week that were injured, and they're healthy and ready to play this week.
Awesome. Thanks for your time, Coach.
Hey, thank you.
Good luck.
This is the 37th meeting of these two teams. Skyview leads that series 22-13-1. And the Bobcats have won 10 in a row over Roy. They haven't lost since 2001, Lee.
Coach Anders never lost to Coach Fernandez of Roy's 7-0 against him, and that's something because Coach Fernandez is a great coach.
And Coach Fernandez, usually the very last guy out of the locker room, and so he didn't come out till very late. We didn't have time to get any of his comments on tape, but I'm sure he knows this is a very big game as well. Roy with a chance. If they win, it would be their first unbeaten season since 1975, Levon. That's only, you were only 26 years old at the time.
I was going to say our producer Earl was in a bluegrass band at the time, so.
Both of these teams have won 8 in a row, and Roy, if they win, it would be their first 9-game winning season. That'd be their first time they've won 9 games since 1981. They've been playing football for 50 years here at Roy. They've won at least 9 games 5 times in those 50 years.
Well, this is a great matchup between two excellent teams, two great offensive teams. You know, I was looking at the stats from the most recent games. In the last 3 games, Skyview's given up 13 points, 19 points, and then they blanked Ogden last week. But if you take a look at Roy, in their last 4 games, they gave up nothing. They blanked Logan, 6 at Box Elder, 0 points at Ogden, and then 7 at Bonneville. So in the last 4 games, the defense of Roy has only given up 13 points. I think it's just as big a factor in this game as their good offense.
Yeah, and they're fourth in the state in scoring defense. They're only giving up 10.3 points per game is the Roy defense, and they make opportunities for themselves as they have a lot of takeaways, and they're going to be coming after a young quarterback in Beach.
Well, and Beach has some great weapons out there tonight. He has Bryce Mortensen, who's got 11 touchdowns on the season. Zach Morrison, he's a speed merchant. He runs really, but the problem with that is Alex McCray is out, and you heard Coach Ander talk about that. He's been a big target, 2 touchdowns, 39 catches this season, so that's a big loss for Skyview in this very difficult game.
I think my feeling on this game is Skyview can get to the quarterback. Roy likes to throw the ball around. If Skyview's pass rushers can get home and get to Skidmore tonight, and if Skyview can establish the run offensively, they have a very good chance of winning this ball game.
Well, and they do. Skyview's defensive pass rush is fantastic. I mean, we'll talk about it all night. You got Mason Ty, you got Colton Durant, Max Christensen. Downs gets in there as well. You're right. If they can get pressure on the quarterback, Skidmore, with just 4 players, that really helps them in that pass defense game, dropping 7 back.
Pitcher has 11.5 sacks on the season, and those 11.5 sacks are #1 in 4A. They're 3rd in the state, and Max Christensen at that D end. He's 4th in 4A with 9 sacks.
Yeah.
So 20.5 sacks between the two of them.
Both juniors.
Yep. So Skyview will receive. And Roy kicking to the east. And Ikuli's kick goes to the end zone and out of bounds, and Skyview will take over at the 20.
Boy, and that just barely squeaks into the end zone for a touchback. It was only about 2 yards from going out of bounds and being a penalty. So, you know, this is a game of inches, and right there, first play of the game, you saw it.
Garrison Beach will be the quarterback. He's 127 for 196, 1,577 yards, 16 touchdowns, and only 2 interceptions. Behind him, number 25, Isaac Herman, 1,148 yards rushing. That's 9th in the state.
14 touchdowns for Herman.
Beach is going to keep, and he's got a huge hole. He's across the 30, and he's got blockers. Beach into Roy territory and out of bounds at about the Roy 34-yard line. That opened up like the Red Sea. Boy. Watch this. Look at how bad they bit on that.
Do you think they've been watching tape and seeing that Herman's been gashing people up the middle? Boy, Beach just puts it on his hip, and he hides it, gets a blocker downfield. That's a nice hustle downfield by number 16, Zach Morrison. And finally, 13, Carlos Guerrero knocks Beach out of bounds. 45 yards for the quarterback, Beach. His dad was a kicker at Utah State years ago. The little swing route out to Mortensen. Big number 13 rumbles his way for 8 yards.
Pass complete to number 13, Bryce Mortensen.
I was talking to Beach's dad before the game and saying, you know, Doug, I was looking at the numbers and thinking, well, they're just protecting him because he doesn't have a lot of experience with that good runner. But then I started looking at his passing numbers. He's put the ball up a lot.
Yep.
He's putting it up again, and this one's knocked down at the line, and so it'll be 3rd down and 2.
58, James Martinez, the senior defensive lineman, gets his big left paw up there and knocks it down.
Martinez leads Roy in sacks with 6.5. Here's another look at it.
Can't get to the quarterback. This is exactly what you want to do. Just get your hand up in that passing lane and knock the ball down. Still a manageable 3rd and 3.
Beach up the middle. He's got the first down, and he's got more. He cuts inside the 20, and he's down to about the 17-yard line.
Wow, and Roy makes him pay for that. Take a look at the end of this play as he just gets walloped from both sides. You know, that scares you to death if you're the coach. And the quarterback's dad, for that matter.
It doesn't hurt as bad when you pick up the first down.
That's true.
4 wide receivers. They fake the give, and Beach is going to keep again as they read the end. And then he cuts it up inside, and he's got 9 yards as Skyview picking up yardage in chunks. Watch, he looks at the end. He didn't even really try to fake. The back didn't. The flag guy.
10-yard line.
62 yards on 3 carries.
That's a tough zone
Beach.
read for a high school quarterback.
Second and about 1.5 yards. Mortensen on a little turnaround. He's going to throw it. He's got a man in the end zone, and he can't find him. You know, Mortensen had a receiver in the end zone, but the receiver didn't turn around quick enough. And I don't know if we can see him in this shot because he was in the back of the end zone.
Yeah, timing plays are tough enough when it's quarterback to receiver. When you got a receiver to receiver, there is no timing. And Mortensen gets tripped up with those long legs by number 43, David Dorber.
He lost 7. So it's 3rd down, 8. Skyview trying to pull out those trick plays. 2 deep safeties for Roy, and it's a 4-man rush. Beach unloads to his man crossing underneath inside the 10-yard line and down to about the 8-yard line, maybe the 7.
They're going to spot it right at the sticks.
That's Mason Ty. Was that 87?
Yeah, Mason Ty, another junior for Skyview.
That's a 1st and goal.
Big body, and they're going to signal 1st down.
Mason Ty.
Suffering from a little bit of a hip flexor recently, but didn't look like it there.
Tackle made by number 21, Grayson Flint. Number 24, Tyler Eddie Waddy.
He's a transfer into Skyview. We haven't seen him coming up in the program like a lot of these young players moved in this year.
1st and goal at the 8. Beach going to give it to Herman, and Herman is 3 yards downfield before anybody puts a mitt on him, and he picks up about 5.
When they finally did, they decided to do it in a big way. Herman gets taken off of his feet. I don't think he saw that defender coming from behind the blocker.
It's a 4-yard gain. Royal hit you.
4-yard line.
This is a very physical football team with the Royals.
Well, we saw a great game earlier this year against Mountain Crest. The Mustangs almost beat Roy and handed their only lost by 3 points.
Ty in motion. They're going to give it and run up behind him. Herman in the end zone. Touchdown, Skyview.
Isaac Herman, touchdown, Skyview.
4 yards and a touchdown. Take a look.
Take a look at this play. Herman gets untouched. That's great blocking up front. Ty fills that hole, and the linemen push a big spot. He gets a little tap on the way by and puts 6 on the board.
So 3 minutes, 27 seconds, and 80 yards for the Bobcats, and they're on the board first. And the PAT is good. It's 7-0 in the early going at Roy. Skyview on top.
Welcome to Grease Monkey. What can we do for you?
Oil change.
Oil change? Well, this is the oil you're gonna want.
For that oil one.
Here's another look at the touchdown run, and they follow Ty right up in there on the pulling guard, number 59. Wes Anderson.
Another junior.
Connor Erickson set to kick off.
And there were lots of running lanes for the Bobcats on that 80-yard drive. This one doesn't make it to the end zone. So the return.
Skyview's got to do
right up the middle
here.
by Edouati. That's Tyler Edouati, not Baby T. And Edouati gets pulled down just shy of the 30-yard line.
Ball's on the 29-yard line, 1st and 10 Royals.
Here's another look.
Skyview's got to do a better job of tackling. They do a pretty good job filling the lanes. Edouati finds a little gap there, but they're just getting blocked out. There's one missed tackle, 2 missed tackles. Finally, he's going to be brought down by Bryce Mortensen, who's lucky to bring him down. He almost gets away from him. Lucky not to get a face mask.
Or did he get his hair?
I think he had a hold of his hair in his jersey, which is totally legal.
Yep. So here's Skidmore giving it to Edouati, and Edouati is a load, and you saw it right there. And we saw it against Mountain Crest. He is hard to bring down as he picks up 6 yards.
He hasn't picked up a lot of yards in the season. He's got 453 yards, but 6 yards per carry and 8 touchdowns. He is a bruiser.
He's had that hair his whole life, played Little League with it. Talked to him before. I said, you ever been tackled by that? He said, yeah. He said, I don't care.
He's just under 6 feet tall, 5'10", and 210 pounds. That is the quintessential bowling ball.
2nd down and 3, and they give up in the middle on the quick hitter, and it's going to be a 1st down. And that's another 5-yard gain to Edouati.
Skyview's defense is going to have to toughen up here and know that Roy is coming out to pound him right in the mouth.
Yeah, with Edouati, you're not going to be able to go in there and go high and have one of those knockout Sports Center hits. You've got to go in and you've got to be technically sound, you got to wrap them up, and you got to be okay to go down and around the legs.
Unless it's the worst plays on ESPN, then because you'll get run over.
You'll get trucked, won't you? And he will truck you. Skidmore looking to throw. That one's knocked down. And you know what? He was looking for the comeback for Jones. And I think if he gets rid of that one, that might have been in danger of being picked off. Because sitting on that pattern was Brent Lundgren.
Colton Durant gets his left hand up just like we saw Roy do a while ago. That's a great play by the defensive lineman.
So 2nd and 10. And they send Jones to the far side. And near side, it's Gallegos. And they're going to give it to, this is not Edouati, this is Matatia. He's close to a 1st down.
Baby T, correction. That's number 25, Matty Matatia.
They're going to give him a 1st down. It's a 10 yards for Matatia. Nothing fancy. Just line it up and run it at you.
And he fumbles the ball, but the ball is forced out by the ground, so that's not a fumble. The officials quick on that and spot it down.
So Roy now in Skyview territory with just under 7 minutes to play in the 1st period. The Bobcats leading 7-0.
Downs, Christensen, Durant, and Pitcher on the line for Skyview. Have got to do a little more damage up front.
Here's Matatia. He's hauled down this time. Hanging on is Durant.
That's much better defense to clog those holes.
2nd down and 8.
It's a gain of 2.
Tackle made by number 51, Colton Durant, and number 56, Tyler Downs.
So the last couple of series, Skyview's put Roy into 2nd and long after having 2nd and short opportunities, but didn't matter. The first time it was 10 yards. Matatia. Baby T, Edouati in the backfield all by himself. 4 wide receivers. Hobbs, the lone receiver to the near side. They're going to throw it out to Jones. He's got blockers, and he's got a 1st down as he spins deep into Skyview territory down to the 32-yard line.
Tyler Skidmore pass. Complete to number
Jones' 26th catch on the season. He's also been a great weapon for Roy. 9 touchdowns, and you're right, he's got a bunch of blockers out there, and Skyview's got to go in and blow up those blockers and end that play. They're just not getting to the initial contact quick enough.
He's a kid that is Jones. He's a strider. When he's out running, he takes such long strides. He doesn't look all that fast, and then you look up and
Lurpy, all of a sudden 25 yards.
Nobody's within 5 yards of him. Now a double wing type of look for Roy. And they're going to give it to Matotia, and they're going to blow it dead.
They're going to call him for movement, I think.
Offsides on Skyview.
Oh. Wow.
Somebody must have lined up offsides.
Ball foul. Offsides.
It looked like Roy might have moved a little early.
So 1st and 5. And that's the first laundry we've seen on the field. Seven nothing with 5:20 in the clock running. Play in the first period. Skyview on top. Roy driving. Skidmore looking to throw. Now he goes underneath to Jones. Jones is wrapped up and brought down. After a short gain, it's going to be 2nd and a yard. He picked up 4.
To the 24-yard line.
And you can see Roy's not looking deep downfield or anything like that. They're just looking to do that little screen game.
2nd down and 1.
Well, Skidmore's check down. He looks downfield, then he sees Jones, and that's been a great play for them. Get the athletes the ball in space and see what they can do.
And it negates a pass rush. Skyview was the region champ last in 2006. They shared it in 2007. Edouati spins off initial contact. He's got a first down.
Yep.
Edouati on the carry.
A yard and a half. He got 2.
21-yard line.
So Edouati 3 carries, 13 yards.
Bridger Gray's got to come out for Roy. He's lost his helmet. Got to come out for one play. Another lineman.
8 plays. This is the 9th play of this drive, not including the penalty play.
Ball marked at the 22, 1st and 10.
Brown to this side, Jones to the far side. Edouati's the fullback, and Matotia is the tailback. Skidmore's going to throw. Skidmore looking for his man, Hobbs. Hobbs is shorthanded, and he brings it in at the 6.
That is a great catch by Hobbs, and an even better pass. Take a look at the replay here as Skidmore sees Hobbs all the way, lets the pressure get to him, and then just drops it right over the edge. That's a great pass and a great catch.
16-yard gain. 1st and goal for Roy.
That's another Roy.
Hobbs is a kid that's got the build to play at the next level, Lee.
Yes, he does.
6'2", 210 pounds. And he looks like he could probably put another 15 pounds or 20 pounds on his frame. Here's the give on the end around to Matotia. Matotia puts his head down, looks for the end zone, and he's short. So a 4-yard run. He looked like he might push that pile, but the pile pushed him back, as you can see here on the end.
Look at this head of steam, and that's good gang defense, and he's just at that goal line. They're going to spot it at the 1.
That last Bobcat that came in knocked him sideways and saved the touchdown. Long drive for Roy. They took over with 8:33 to play in the quarter. Now we're approaching 3 minutes. Talked about Skyview having to win at the line of scrimmage. They're going to give it to Edouati, and Edouati's not going to get there.
And he gets stacked up.
And he's hard to bring down.
It looks like somebody fumbled it, and Skidmore picked it up, thinks he scored, but the officials are going to spot him down just short of the goal line.
Yeah, his progress was stopped, but they're talking about it. Third down, no gain for Edouati. So the first 3rd down of this drive for the Royals. And the nose of the ball is right at the goal.
You got to think Skidmore's going to keep this, avoid a quick handoff. Of course, when you got Baby T in the backfield, that's not a bad option either.
Gallegos brings the play in. They line it up tight. Skidmore keeps, All he had to do was lean forward a little, and he did. Touchdown, Royals. Good push up front by Roy, and they punch it in. Nearly a 7-minute drive.
This game's going relatively fast at 1:57 to go in the first quarter. You see that first push, it gets stopped, but the second push, Skidmore gets in and scores a touchdown for Roy.
12 plays, 71 yards, and there's the equalizer. We're tied at 7 with 1:57 to play in the first quarter in Roy. Well,
little smoke.
The roof is on fire.
I hope the press box isn't on fire.
That's like chalk or something. The student body tossed up in the air after the score. And here's the pass play that set up the Roy touchdown. So really the only time they went downfield, that was a grinded out, punch you in the face drive. Other than that play right there to Hobbs, and that helped set up the touchdown run on 3rd down by Skidmore.
Cody Hobbs, the leading receiver for Roy, 21.86 yards per catch. That's amazing for 765 yards in the season.
Yeah, he's 5th in the state as far as reception yards go. 6 touchdowns through the air for Hobbs. But he, to me, is more impressive on defense as a linebacker. We will call his number tonight. Well, the winner of this game is the outright league champion. Last time for Skyview, as we mentioned, was 2006. Roy, well, in 1991 they were co-champ. Last time they won it outright, 1976.
Bicentennial year.
Beach is going to give it to Herman. Herman, big gain. Herman out near the 40-yard line before he's finally hauled down in a 20-yard gain.
That's a marked difference between those two defenses. Skyview's getting contact right away, but Roy is pushing through it for the extra yardage. Conversely, Skyview is really blocking well, and Herman's not even getting touched for 10 yards.
Skyview quickly to the line of scrimmage. Beach rolling near side, looking underneath. He's got his man. It's Chambers who was in motion, and Chambers has about 11 yards and a 1st down. Beach put it right on him.
Andrew Chambers, one of the contributing seniors on this Skyview team. We seem to call juniors a lot, but I want to give some props to the seniors too.
You're going with that kind of hurry-up style offense, trying to keep Roy off balance. But they're not snapping it all that quick. They're getting to the line of scrimmage and they're taking a look. They're going to fake the give. Everybody in the backfield, and Beach just has to get rid of it.
When he turns around, there's 3 Royals right in his face. There's no blocking from that weak side. The deception that time did not work.
Well, I wonder if some guys were on one page of the playbook and others were on another when that many guys. Beach was rolling out right, and the line was all moving left. Sometimes you get one guy that's unaccounted for, but not 4. 2nd and 10.
They're the guys in the black. Oh, there's offsides on Roy.
Yeah, it was Brian Sakurada. It was offsides.
5-yard penalty.
So now it's 1 penalty apiece.
After that 1st down incomplete pass and pressure by Roy, that's a big play for Skyview to bring it 2nd and 5.
Big ball to the 44-yard line, 2nd down and 5.
Mortensen, your receiver, to the near side. Mortensen 6. Beach is going to give it off to Herman. And Herman picks up a couple.
Herman on the carry.
It's going to be second down and 2, it looks like. Second down and 3.
Yeah, he picked up 2, did Herman. Herman's got 30 yards on 4 carries.
It's third down.
So third down for Skyview. Skyview 2 for 2 on their first drive on third down. Under a minute to play in the first period. Tied at 7. Beach checks with his coach on the sideline. Low snap, 4-man rush. Beach has time. Unloads, looking for Mortensen, and Mortensen couldn't get to it. It's fourth down and 4.
Well, it looked like Mortensen cut that route off a little bit early. And,
yeah.
And instead of going a little bit longer like Beach was expecting him to.
He never looked like he kicked it into gear, did he?
No,
just kind of moseyed down the field.
Well, you don't have to do much more than mosey when you got 7-foot legs, so. Yeah, he just cut that route off a little short.
It's a tie on the kick. We're watching him kick in the pregame. Working on his punt. McRae is usually the punter. And he sends this one down inside the 10, and it's going to die short of the goal line.
That is a great coverage and great kick by Skyview.
First touch, the official down there says at the 4.
They'll take it.
And they'll see if the Skyview defense can put the Roy running backs on the ground on this possession.
Well, that's really the key. And you mentioned the linebackers have got to play tougher because Roy's doing a great job of tying up all the defensive linemen.
So Roy in the shadow of their own end zone with 12 seconds left in the first period. We're tied at 7 at Roy. Let's see if Roy would put this one up in the air.
4 wide receivers.
Edouadi, the first man through, and he's piled up right at the line of scrimmage. And that's going to be the end of the first period of play. We're tied at 7 in Roy. This one for the region title.
That's the end of the first quarter. We're tied up 7.
This is Jessica. I know Jessica doesn't look like a Jessica, but she's been tired of getting taken advantage of in the automotive industry, so she decided to start dressing like this, right down to her own facial hair. Here at Import Auto, we treat everybody the same. You'll always get a truthful, honest answer and the best advice to keep your car safe and well maintained. Import Auto, you can visit us at 502 West, 1400 North, or also check us out on Facebook.
Would it kill you boys to put the lid down?
Here at Lewiston State Bank, we offer lots of different loan products to meet your needs. We're happy to work with you and hope that you would enjoy working with us.
We had to take out an automobile loan, and so we came into Lewiston State Bank, and she was so good. She worked with me really, really well.
We are proud to have been serving our customers for over 100 years with personalized, friendly service. Please come in and meet your new friends at Lewiston State Bank.
7-7 as we get ready to start the second period. Eric Olson along with Lee Vaughn as Roy. Second down and 10 at their own 4-yard line. Skyview scored on their first possession, the key of 45-yard run by Garrison Beach on the first play of the game. Then Roy answered back with a long drive of their own, a 1-yard touchdown run by the quarterback Skidmore. I wouldn't even call it a run. I would call it a fall down into the end zone.
Yes.
As you pushed forward, they needed less than a yard. Second down and 10. And Matuatia is the tailback, following Edouadi. No, Skidmore's going to throw. He's got Hobbs, and it goes through his hands. It'll be 3rd and long.
Boy, and you got to think Hobbs knew he was about to get rocked if he made that catch, because he's totally exposed on the sideline. He kind of short-armed it.
Pass falls incomplete. Third down.
Take a look here and see how he short arms that catch a little bit, knowing there's a defender aiming for his ribs.
He put an eyeball on that defender, didn't he? And as somebody that's been hit on a play like that before,
it hurts.
I don't blame him. You'll see that happen on every level. Can't blame the kid.
Yeah. This is a big deal for Skyview defense. 3rd down and 10 from the 4. They haven't gained a yard now, and after that great punt. A little confusion for the Skyview defense trying to get in position.
Only 1 3rd down for Roy on the last series, and this one's going to be nearly picked off, and Hobbs comes over and knocks it away before Skyview's J.R. Saxton could bring it in, and the heat was coming for Skidmore.
Well, and Saxton's got to go get that ball. He just kind of waits there, but Hobbs is not letting any of that happen, so he runs over and knocks the ball down. You're right, turns into the defender.
So after an initial scoring drive by both offenses, the defenses said, hey, we're playing 2. And now it's a field position game, and the Bobcats looking to be in prime real estate, depending on this punt.
And Phillips deep to receive for
4th and 10.
Nate Phillips and Cade McCulloch standing at the 45.
Fielded at the 40-yard line. He's got to hang on to the ball now and give your offense a chance. And they're going to hold him up and try to tear the ball away, and he finally goes down, but they're going to give him to about the 37-yard line forward progress, and that's where Skyview takes over.
Well, this is really not what you want out of your kick return. A lot of tentativeness and no blocking from your other return man. I mean, you got to be a little more aggressive, especially from your opponent's 45-yard line.
No, what you want is to hold on to the dang ball.
Well, that's also true. But just kind of standing there like a punching bag, not going to do that.
Herman, the lone setback. 3 wide receivers. And Ty is the tight end. Herman around the end.
Wow.
Herman down the sideline and inside the 20-yard line, and he's brought out of bounds by Jones.
Boy, Herman's having a huge game, and he's doing all kinds of damage on the edge. That's a great seal block there. Wow. I think that was Downs who was just destroying somebody.
20 yards for Herman. He's got 50 yards on 5 carries.
A replay brought to you by Cache Valley Audiology and Hearing. In case you missed it, there's a replay.
Herman following his blockers. Herman inside the 10, and it's a 9-yard run. Boy, that kid knows how to use his blockers, doesn't he? Watch this.
Etuwadi has to go at his ankles to bring him down, so Roy's getting a dose of their own medicine. A downhill, brutal runner is pounding them now, just like Baby T's done all year to the opposition for Roy.
You tell kids when they play running back to do just what he does. You tell them, cut the butt, cut the butt. You look at that guard's butt. Which way his rear end faces, then you it's like a gate, and you run right up in there, and that's exactly what he did.
Look for the cheek. It's the one cheek sneak.
Beach is going to keep it as they run that.
They
run that option.
You see Beach in the huddle like, hey man, I can run too. Stop hogging all the rushing yards.
The read option gets 5 yards for Beach.
And that ball is in deep, and he waits forever to pull it out, which sells that play really well for Skyview.
1st and goal. Is the ball at the 4 or the 3? It's at the 3. You see?
Yes, I can see. This is an interesting press box we're in. We kind of have to lean forward on each end of the field.
We're going to give it to Herman. Herman tripped up. He leans forward, and he's going to be down at about the 1.
Boy, if he keeps his feet, he's in. Yeah, but he gets tripped up the line of scrimmage.
Tackled by number 10, Jaden Brown. Ball on the 1-yard line, 2nd down.
See, look at the trip right here. One defender's laying on the ground, sticks his hand out and trips him, and it's a nice defensive play by Roy.
2nd and goal at the 1-yard line. Beach is going to keep it. He got knocked backwards, and they're still moving. And Beach spins around, leans the ball over the goal line, and they say, no, you're down. He was never on the ground.
No, he wasn't on the ground.
He was never on the ground until he reached it over the goal line.
That's right. Take a look here. He gets popped, but he's never on the ground. You don't hear any whistles going. Really, the whistle should have blown right there.
He's on top of a player there, and he's in the end zone.
That's a touchdown.
That's a touchdown. He got in that end zone. He rolled over top of a player, and they said no. He was down. 3rd and goal. And they blow the whistle. And they're going to call
dead ball foul.
Delay a game on Skyview.
That's big.
That's huge.
Yeah, the back judge really started that clock early. Pushed him down to 3rd down and goal from about the 6-yard line.
It's 3rd down.
So now you've got a little bit more real estate to work with if you're Skyview. Here's another look at that. Here's another look at that touch, what we think is a touchdown. I don't know if we'll have a time to see it all, but we'll look at it again. They're going to give it to Herman. Herman cuts back inside the 5, and he's not in. The Roy defense stops him at the 1.
Boy, that's a great defensive stand. Helped out with the difficult call. That's a tough one to swallow if you're Skyview and you see Garrison Beach getting in. And, you know, we have the benefit of replay, where these officials do not.
So here's the 3rd down play. Look at the wide splits and everything.
4th and goal.
Oh, and he fell down, and a flag before the snap. A flag before the snap. And it's on Skyview. It's before the snap, and so that play
That's actually
is
lucky.
a dead ball foul.
Lucky for Skyview because Garrison Beach slipped down and his knee hit the ground.
They blew it dead before the play.
5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
So that one's a big break for Skyview because Roy had him stuffed. And instead, it's a penalty on Skyview, and they get to play over again. So that's a huge break for the Bobcats.
Still 6 yards to the end zone on 4th down and goal, and they're going for it.
They didn't even think about it, did they? They said, we're going. We need the points. And now Skyview wants a timeout. Now might be a good time, if we can, to go back and look at that play.
Let's go back and
play
look.
where we thought maybe he was in the end zone. The one that we thought was a touchdown. Now, the one thing they could have possibly said was his forward progress was stopped, because it looked like forward progress was stopped.
Yeah.
So that would have to be the ruling, because he was on top of another player and rolled into the end zone.
Gotta get that. Gotta get that.
So that would have to be, I think that would have to be their ruling.
Gotta get that. Gotta get that.
But really, if he doesn't roll across the top of that player and get the ball over the end line, you want that whistle blown because he's about to get the ball torn out by a defender. They're both wrestling over the ball.
So that could be what they were talking about, is why they said no touchdown there. Let's take a look. So Christensen in motion. And you see him, he's kind of stood up right here. What a hit by him.
Right here's where they probably blew it dead. He's fighting for that, but he never goes down, and he's over the end line with this, no touchdown. So now Skyview's going to kick the ball, having thought about it.
Points may be at a premium in this ball game. Kick looks good. It is good. So Skyview gets points, but Roy keeps him out of the end zone. 10-7, Skyview with the lead.
Wendy's salad really tastes like summertime.
Told you. Summer in a bowl. What? Sweet strawberries, chicken on the grill.
Did you do something different in here?
New salads.
Nothing captures the feeling of summer like Wendy's new Strawberry Field Salad. Fresh strawberries, bacon, and grilled chicken on a bed of fresh greens.
Now that's better.
And now kids' meals just $1.99 after 4.
Well, here's the field goal. About a 23-yard attempt. just inside the left upright. And Skyview with the lead, 10-7. Looked like Skyview maybe had scored. Roy kept them out of the end zone. Looked like Roy had stopped them on a 4th and goal, and they called a penalty on Skyview before the snap, and the Skyview got that other play. So Skyview really fortunate to get that extra play and be able to kick the field goal.
Short kick.
Edouard picks it up and he gets up to about the 20-yard line, and that's where Roy will take over now, trailing 10-7. Tyler Edouard, 5'9", sophomore.
Edouard lucky to get back to the 20-yard line, bobbled that return. You can't get coverage down there because Erickson's kicking that ball so shallow, so he had time to get that get back to the 20-yard line.
So Roy's offense back on the field.
Last time they were on the field, they picked up no yards and almost turned it over.
3 wide receivers to this side. It's Hobbs on his own to the far side. Skidmore looking across the middle. Jones is running free, and Skidmore puts it out about 3 inches too far, or that's 6.
Boy, and Saxton was burned on that coverage. He's got to get over there and cover that man, but he's 8 yards away from Jones.
That's what I'm talking about with Jones. He's a strider. Look at how long these strides are.
Jeez Louise, that is crazy.
And you see they were double teaming Max Christensen, the junior, on that pass rush, paying a lot of attention to number 55.
We haven't seen Skyview run a lot of stunts on that defensive line just because they've been able to get pressure all the time. They're going to double team guys, a nice stunt here and there. Will probably get more pressure on the quarterback.
Boy, somebody went low this time on the big running back.
Good penetration by Hammer, the linebacker. He blitzed, run blitz there, and that's exactly what happened.
Edouard, and he
Matuatia on the carry.
picked up a yard. Or was it Matuatia? Picked up a yard, and that's it.
Slight loss on the play. 3rd and 10.
And Roy's going to call timeout on 3rd down and 10.
Keely Hunsaker, you see in the stands.
Skyview's defense doing a great job getting pressure.
I got a message.
And we just got an update. You'll know this because we're on tape delay, but Logan now leads 14-0. They converted on a 2-point conversion because they missed the PAT in their first touchdown, 14-0 over Box Elder.
You know, if Logan beats Box Elder, they'll get 3rd. They'll go into the state with that 3rd seed. 4th if they lose. If Box Elder wins, they'll get 3rd, and it will eliminate Bonneville and Mountain Crest. But if Box Elder loses, it's a 3-way tie for 4th with Box Elder, Mountain Crest, and Bonneville. And you'd have a play-in game next week.
They flip a coin for the 2 participants, or
I believe so, and then you'd have a play-in game. I'm not sure how that play-in game works if you got a 3-way tie.
I don't know, but I'm going to go to it if there is such a thing.
One team plays the first half, and the winner of the first half plays the other team in the second half, I think. Somehow it goes like that.
Shut up. Is that Alice in Wonderland rules
Sure.
or what?
Yeah.
That's crazy, though.
It's in the backyard with your cousin that got kicked by the mule.
The Fight Club.
So 3rd down and 10 for Roy. 1 of 2 on 3rd down. Skidmore looking for Jones on the comeback, and he drops it.
Boy, that's a big play. He was just past the sticks, would have been a 1st down, but Jones counting his chickens proverbially.
Skidmore not getting a lot of help from his receivers. He's 3 of 9 and suffered from a couple of drops. Now, he's overthrown a couple that I'm sure he would love to have back. He's a pretty accurate quarterback, is Skidmore, 95 of 144 for 1,726 yards. He's 10th in the state. That's in all classifications in yards.
He's a good quarterback, and he gets his shoulder square on that, makes a great throw, but Jones just can't bring it in.
This could be good field position again for Skyview. McCullough pulls it in at the 47, and that's where he will go down. Well, he gets to the 48, and then that's where Skyview will take over. Good field position once again. So Skyview winning the field position battle as they cling to a 10-7 lead at Roy with 6:22 to play in the first half.
Skyview's defense doing a great job and forcing Roy on 3 and out in their last 2 possessions.
Couldn't ask for a better night to play football. It's cooling off nicely now. I think the weather's better today than it was in the first game of the season 10 weeks ago.
Oh, I know it was.
It was a hurricane.
That was like the worst ever.
They're going to throw that little swing there out to Mortensen. Mortensen loses the football.
Well, I think Skyview covers that, but that came out like a bar of soap. Take a look at this. He's really got to tuck this way, but the defender does a great job putting his hat right on that ball, right there, and that ball comes shooting out.
That was Holbrook who came up with it.
You know, and I've noticed that when we've done some Skyview games that that Mortensen kind of runs that ball loose. He's got to tuck that in.
Beach all sorts of time finds Chambers, and Chambers picks up about 4. It's going to be 3rd and 2.
Hunter Chambers on the carry, on the reception.
5 of 8 for 36 yards for Beach. And Chambers his second grab for 15 yards, so it'll be 3rd down and 2. 2 of 4 on 3rd downs for Skyview. Approaching 5 minutes to play in the first half. They're going to give it to Herman. Herman hit at the line of scrimmage. A flag comes flying in. It's probably going to be a hold on Skyview.
That's an awfully late hold.
Number 25 on the carry, Isaac Hamlin. Flag on the play.
That was Hobbs with the tackle. Let's see what the flag is.
I don't see the hold there.
They threw it right at the tackle. Right at the left tackle. And it's holding on Skyview. Now, do you back him up and get 3rd down again?
Looks like they're backing him up.
They're trying to play field position, see if they can't cause a turnover. Interesting.
Penalty takes the ball back to the 45.
That would have forced 4th down and about 2.
Yeah.
But you did see from the last possession for Skyview, they weren't afraid to go for it on 4th down.
Skyview now 3 penalties, 20 yards, 1 penalty for 5 yards against Roy. It's been a fairly clean first half.
Third down and 13.
See what Skyview does. If they take a chance down the field or if they just run something safe and then punt and keep field position.
Ball adjusted yard, ball on the 44.
Kind of like him to see him be aggressive. Go take a win. Go take this. That's easy for me to say. Right?
Easy for us up here.
Man in motion. They've got the little screen if they want it. Beach looking for a man. He's got a 1st down.
That's Mortensen, and sure-handed makes up for that fumble earlier. And 1st down, Skyview.
17 yards on 3rd and 14.
Boy, and take a look at the blocking here by Skyview. They formed a perfect pocket. Beach does the typewriter and steps right into his throw.
Beach put it right on him.
Boy, that's a backbreaker if you're the Roy defense.
Instead of 4th and 2, you go for 3rd and 14, and they pick it up. They give it to Herman. He waits for his block. Herman still on his feet. Kicks to the outside. Herman down to the 17-yard line.
Wow, Herman is having a fantastic game. Look at the traffic that he's in here. He just wins his way through it, being patient, looking for his blockers, and then breaks away from the arm tackles. Now he's running away from a couple of guys. He has 1 blocker downfield, but 4 Royals, and that adds up to a tackle finally.
I've got him 9 carries for 85 yards, and we're in the first half, and that was a key of the game that we talked about, being able to run the football. They give it to him again, and they do. He cuts it back inside and then goes down after a short gain.
You got to think he's getting a little tired. He's doing wind sprints with some guy in black ready to punch you in the face at the end of it.
He's averaging over 8 yards a carry, is Herman. And they're going to give him about a yard, just short of a yard.
That's 2 more yards than his season average of carry. Was at 6.79 yards, so about an extra yard in this game.
3:40 to play in the first half. Skyview leads 10-7, and they're looking for more. Beach looking to the end zone for Mortensen. He caught it. Is he in? No. Boy, all you need is 1 foot. So I wonder if he dropped it at the end.
Yeah,
because he caught it.
He got his feet in, but you got to have control all the way through the catch and out of bounds.
Yeah. Unless he dropped it at the end. Let's take a look.
That brings up 3rd down.
And he didn't really have control.
He was bobbling it and he dropped it. Good call.
Good call by the officials and good job by our cameraman picking that up.
3rd and 10. Our replay guy does a good job of pushing that button too.
Yeah, it's really hard.
His finger's insured for $100,000. Right. Beach all alone in the backfield. Now he's going to run. Beach goes high. Oh my goodness. He takes Adewale up high. Just about picks up the first. I think Adewale wasn't ready for that. Watch this.
I think Adewale just got pounded as hard as Beach did, and they both kind of walk away dazed. Take a look at this. Yeah, it's like bodies everywhere.
Playing some football. 4th and 2. 4th and 2 for Skyview. And a flag is thrown.
Are you kidding me?
How could they call something when they hadn't even got into the
That's a tough call. You got to be lined up and set for that call to be made.
But they hadn't even set.
No.
Yeah. The quarterback came up, started his count, and then the linemen all went down, and then they threw a flag.
Yeah, you got it.
That's interesting.
That's a nice way of saying that's a bad call. So it's going to force him into another field goal.
You don't have to hold still until you're down for that count.
Tyler Erickson on an attempt field goal.
So the kick is going to be about 31 yards. Under 3 minutes to play in the first half, and the kick is low, but it's good. So it's 13-7. Skyview extends that lead with 2:45 to play in the first half. Well, Skyview had a chance. This is them going to set. Look at that. I think that's what they called on 56. He reached down. I don't know if he was picking up his mouthpiece or he just reached down and then put his arm back up, but he never got set.
You can do that because, yeah, exactly. You're not set yet. You can move all you want. I mean,
and that's what they threw the flag on.
Yeah, that's a pretty tough call for a game that's as big as this.
After this kick, I'd love to see it again if we have a chance.
That squirts into the end zone and going to be a touchback.
So we're going to take a look at what they called that penalty on. Just a moment ago, and it was a big penalty because Skyview was going to go for it on 4th and about 2, 4th and about 1.5 yards, and then they called the penalty. And we were wondering what they called it on. We think we found it, and then they had to kick the field goal, but they still did. They still were able to put points on the board at 13-7. Watch 56 on the end. He reached down and picked. He looked like he picked up his mouthpiece.
Yeah, I think his mouth guard fell out.
And so if his hand hit the ground, maybe they're saying, well, that's being set. Boy, they try to set up the screen, and Durant's there to sniff it out. So that takes some of the mystery out of what we thought was a mystery call, that the official is saying, look, he had his hand down, and he took it back up again, and you can't do that. So
yeah, well, it's, you know, his hand wasn't down.
He was just picking up his...
Just don't want to get my pretty teeth knocked out.
And you're going to in this game tonight, the way it's going.
Durant with a great tackle there, and Baby T. Edewati. Colton Durant is a fast defensive lineman.
He sure is. Here's Skidmore under pressure. Down he goes. No, he gives it up. This is going to be a pick. Oh!
That was...
Skidmore never should have thrown this.
I mean, that's great defense by Hayden Allen to knock it out of his own player's hands, but...
Skyview's falling all over each other trying to get this one. Watch.
He just... You know, Hayden Allen, you can't fault him for his effort there, but number 40, Riley Hadley, has it right in front until Allen flashes across him, and that gives Roy some more life. 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, Hatterley drops it. Boy, Skidmore, you don't see him make mistakes like that. And I think he was just trying to get that out of bounds and throw it away.
That's tough to do off your back foot with a bobcat draped around your ankles.
That was going to be a pick 6. So Skidmore fortunate. Skidmore rolls. He's in trouble again. Gets out of trouble once. Gets out of it twice.
He's going to get buried here somewhere.
And now he finally goes down, but not until after he picks up about 4 yards. And Skidmore, this is all him.
Boy, he is squirrely. He's not getting help from any blocking. Christensen's breathing down his neck, and then Downs is, like, you know, have you ever seen Jack and the Beanstalk? Because that's kind of what this looks like right here.
Did he put the ball on the ground back there?
I think he might have, actually. Regardless, it's going to be 4th down, another good field position for Skyview in the upcoming punt. Boy, and McCulloch set to return this. He's caught the last 2 punts.
McCulloch's going to get this one at the 40, and he's looking for running room, and there really isn't any.
Where the guys in white hats have got to do a little better job blocking on that.
But again, Skyview with good field position. And that's been the name of this first half, is field position. Roy has had poor field position, and that limits what you can do. And Skyview's had great field position. Both teams have had some breaks that have all kind of evened out, and we're just seeing a slugfest right now.
We haven't been able to see what Skyview, because they wanted to go for it on 4th and short twice. Both times penalties pushed them back to a field goal attempt. And I'd really like to see what's going to happen on 4th down and 1.
4 penalties for 25 yards. And Skyview, 1 penalty for 5 yards on Roy. Beach has it knocked away.
Roy gets into that backfield in a hurry, and Beach lucky not to just get buried.
Good push, wasn't it?
50 seconds to go in the half. Skyview wants to do anything, they need to do it now. They still have 2 timeouts left.
But we've seen that Skyview pass rush. Skidmore hasn't been able to stay back clean in that pocket if they're going to be going downfield more than a few yards. And Skyview's been able to run the ball, but no running backs.
5 receivers.
Yep, with 50 seconds left and 2nd down and 10. We're in the first half. Beach across the middle, and Mortensen.
Oh, Mortensen, alligator arms. Mortensen plays the T-Rex on that one. He's got short arms. Yeah, that's a tough pass. Right in traffic. And, oh my gosh.
That's 2 he's had trouble with tonight.
He did make 1 great catch, but you're right, that's 2 drops. Neither one of these receiving core doing a very great job helping the quarterback out tonight.
Not used to seeing that out of Mortensen. He's very sure-handed usually. Now 46 seconds to play in the half, and you wonder if maybe they might try to run it. See if the clock will run. They're going to give it to Herman. Herman leans forward, and he's got 5 yards, and Roy will call timeout with 38 seconds left.
Chase Story on the tackle.
91 yards and 11 carries for Herman.
Brett Bingham also in on the tackle.
6 of 12 for 53 yards for Beach
Ball's on the 44-yard
in this
line.
first half. He's had a couple
Bobcats.
his receivers hadn't been able to hang on to, or have even more, but Herman with 91 yards on 11 carries unofficially, and
Timeout on the
Beach
field.
with 76 on 5 carries.
And the clock just ran 3.9 seconds.
Royal.
So the Roy coaching staff is talking to the officials about the time on the clock.
Well, the white hat wound his arm.
He wound the clock, huh?
Yep.
But didn't Roy call a timeout?
Yeah, which is odd. So another interesting call from the officiating crew.
And they're going to put more time back on the clock.
Should be 38.9 seconds.
Yeah.
38.9 to be on the clock.
So that's what they put back on the clock, is 38.9.
It was 38.9 when the timeout was called, so. Mason Ty back to punt now.
Mason Ty. Punting.
Ty, this one's shorter but high. And they get everybody away, and you don't want to touch this until it stops. There's a bunch of flags.
I didn't see anybody touching. It must have been some yakking.
Ball down to the 21-yard line. Flag on the play.
So 29 seconds. That ran 9 seconds off.
Sometimes you think there's other penalty flags, but it's just the Royals' shoes.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
They're yellow.
It's a couple of guys with gold shoes out there. See what the call is. They tossed 2 flags. 2 different officials tossed flags as guys were running downfield and smacking into each other.
Well, they're all having a conversation over there, and Coach Fernandez eagerly listening to the outcome.
So is his quarterback, Skidmore. He wants to know, hey, what do I have to work with?
Skidmore, a senior quarterback. I don't know if anybody's looking at him. Do you know that answer?
I know there's some colleges here tonight. I've seen guys from Utah State. I've seen Weber State here. I've heard he's had some Big Sky type schools looking at him.
Well, I think Utah State should suit him up this week. Jeez.
Bad luck, huh?
Yeah.
We're still waiting to see what the
Coach Ander at midfield
call is here. Both coaches look like they're less than thrilled. It's a full house here in Roy.
This officiating crew is having a hard time managing this game today.
So either way, it looks like it's on loose.
Still haven't seen a signal. I don't know. There's the white hat. I was looking for him. He disappeared.
Still waiting for that call. Here it is.
Here it is.
Personal foul on Roy.
Half the distance to the goal. First down.
They threw those flags, and I didn't see anything.
That's only the second penalty on Roy.
29.6 seconds to go on a long field in front of him. 90 yards.
Skyview, Roy hasn't been able to establish the run since that first series, Lee, and they give it to Adewati this time. First guy through, and he picks up about 7.
Clock still running.
Adewati on the carry. Big ball after the 17-yard line.
To just let this clock run out.
Second down and 3.
Down to 12 seconds. and that's where they're headed.
Roy will get the ball to start the second half, and so I think they're thinking maybe they'll get some better field position. They've struggled with field position the entire half, and Skyview's had short fields to deal with, and they have a 13-7 lead in part because of that. It's halftime at Roy High School. Skyview with the 6-point lead.
Congratulations, you're cancer-free.
At Intermountain Healthcare, we treat cancer with the end in mind. A team of experts creates a strategic treatment plan for each individual patient. So the moment you're diagnosed, you can move forward with confidence that you'll have the best chance to beat cancer. Intermountain Cancer Centers, healing for life.
Hi, I'm LD Boak at LD's Cafe in Richmond. I've been here since 1959, and it's been quite an experience. Through the course of the years, while I've worked underneath an exhaust fan that's been quite loud, and I've did a lot of target practicing with big game rifles and a lot of shooting with shotgun with pheasants and ducks. And over the course of the years, I developed a hearing loss, and I would not be able to hear my employees talk to me sometimes, and at home I'd be watching television and have to turn the sound up so loud that my wife would holler at me and say, "LD, turn the television down so I can understand it." And I would have it so loud that I could hear a noise, but I couldn't understand what they were saying. And some friends of mine had hearing problems, and they recommended that I go visit with Paul Daines, a hearing doctor down here in Logan. So I made an appointment and went down to him, and he checked me over and determined that I had major hearing loss, and he fitted me with a set of hearing aids. And it's improved my hearing ability to a point where my employees would walk by me and see me and talk to me, and I could understand them. I could have television, watch the television, and my wife would be comfortable about the sound level that I was able to enjoy. And because of that, why, he's improved my quality of life, and I've been able to hear and participate in a lot more activities and what I did when I didn't have when I had the loss of hearing, because it's improved my hearing to a point where it's enjoyable, and I can carry on a good conversation and know what's happening and going on with it. So I'd recommend that you go down and you had hearing problems and visit with Paul, because he's got a very good bedside manner and very good rapport with him, and he's very talented about getting the right type of hearing aids for your particular problems. Oh, by the way, come join us at LD's for lunch.
Coach, a great half of football, but some missed opportunities. What did you tell your kids?
We left a lot of points on the board, you know. I thought Roy came out with that first drive and did a great job. They put it in the end zone, then our defense stiffened up. Now our offense has got to respond. We got to get some points. Our defense left some points on the board as well. So we got to clean some things up, relax, and go play football.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Back to you, Eric Olson.
Great first half here in Roy on the Game of the Week, and it's brought to you by sponsors like the good folks at Icon Health and Fitness, changing lives with fitness innovation. Wendy's of Cache Valley. It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's. Mountain Star Cache Valley Hospital, not bigger, just better. Lewiston State Bank, strong and vibrant for over a century. Cache Valley Electric, a tradition of excellence since 1915. New Smile Dental, keep your teeth with experienced dental care. Camp Chef, the way to cook outdoors. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology. Bring back what you've been missing. Cherry Peak Resort, just minutes away to play. Lynn's Audio and Video, Cache Valley's audio and video specialists. The Logo Shop, we logo stuff. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's TV station, for over 25 years. 13-7, Skyview leads Roy at the half.
I am a cyclist. Soy un ciclista. I am a cyclist. Victoria. I train for it. I sacrifice for it.
While they play, I train.
I conquer roads others can't.
You're driven to be the best, so you should train on the best. The 2014 Proform TDF, the official training bike of the Tour de France. It's the ultimate cyclist's training experience. With iFit and Google Maps, you'll ride the Tour. Choose any stage of the Tour or nearly every road on Earth and dig in. You'll see, feel, and ride the Tour. Climb like never before. Courchevel, Galibier, even Alpe d'Huez. Only the TDF gives you a 20% incline and decline. See it all right in front of you on our 7-inch color touchscreen. And train with power with our advanced power meter. With a TDF, you can ride almost every road on the planet. You can get the TDF with 0 down. Get yours today. Train better tomorrow.
I am a cyclist, and this is where I train.
Hello, my name is Isaac Herman. I am honored to be the Wendy's All-Star. I play football here at Skyview. I play running back, and my favorite subject in school is entrepreneurship. Go Cats!
Hi, I'm Tyler. I'm the Wendy's All-Star of the Week. I play right tackle, and my favorite subject in school is math. Go Cats!
Well, that's our Wendy's All-Stars. Of course, the local Wendy's have done a great job of supporting high school sports and other programs for years. Make sure you go and support the local Wendy's, as they've supported your kids and your friends' kids for years and years and years. The kick for Skyview goes into the end zone. Roy will start at their own 20.
With Wendy's, do it because it's the right thing to do, but also because the food is delicious.
There you go. Well, Skidmore was in a lot of trouble in that first half. Roy with 42 yards rushing, 35 yards passing, 77 total yards to Skyview's 213 total yards. Matuatia gets the first carry. He picks up 5 yards, 6 where they're going to spot it. And that's what happened in that first series, Lee. Skyview was able to pound the ball, or excuse me, Roy. They were able to pound, they were able to run, and they took a lot of time off the clock and marched down and scored. And then in subsequent possessions, they weren't able to win at the line of scrimmage.
Well, this is the best field position Roy's had in about 3 possessions, starting at their own 20.
They've started a couple of possessions inside their own 10. Skidmore looking to throw, nearly picked off.
Boy, and that's 2 picks gone awry from Hatterley, and one really not his fault, but that one he's got a real good shot at. Boy, that's that's 6.
Yeah, Hatterley bailed out, looking to get to that flat. Skidmore, I don't know if he saw him, as he was looking for Gallegos, and it's 3rd down and 4. For Roy, they are 1 for 5 in the game on 3rd down.
Boy, the Royals really need to do something here on this 3rd down. They've been 3 and out on many possessions in the first half, the last 3, I believe.
Matuatia, the back in the backfield. Skidmore rolling, looking, got a man, and it's dropped. Was that Brown?
Number 10, Brown. Yeah. Boy, and you mentioned it earlier that Skidmore's not getting any help from his receivers and catching those really good passes. That was a great pass. I don't know where you want that.
I mean, yeah, couldn't have been better if he'd run out there and handed it to him.
Could have tucked it in his pocket, I guess.
He let it get to his plastic. It hit that chest plate, bounced away. And that would have been a 1st down.
We have yet to see Phillips on a return. McCullough's been the return man on the punts.
High kick, and McCullough calls for a fair catch, and he hauls it in at about the 36-yard line. And Skyview again in decent field position.
I mean, that's a much better punt. The earlier punts we saw from Roy were line drives. So it gave McCullough a chance to run it back, but then this time it forced him to call a fair catch. Still pretty good field position, though, on 36.
Did not see on that first possession by Roy. I didn't see Adewati.
Baby T?
Baby T. Was he on the field?
I did not see him. There he is on the field now. He's on the right end.
They're going to give it to Herman. Herman with big yardage all game long, and it continues on his first carry of the second half.
Almost got 100 yards already in this game.
That's got him to 99 on 12 carries.
Well, that's what I said. Almost 100.
Isaac Herman on the carry.
Thank you for being so specific.
Tackle. Ball on the 45-yard line.
Washington State education. Ty is the lead blocker, and Herman's running free again. It's just been huge running lanes for Herman.
Lucky not to get a procedure call because Ty turned upfield early.
Yep.
Ball in Royal territory.
12 yards.
Look right here, look. He takes this one half step, and that's all you need, and that's they're lucky not to get that call against him, but instead it's a big Skyview first down.
Roy wants a timeout. And it's really off the edge. They're not getting that contained. The end's being kicked out. Then they're kicking down, and then there's a big hole. It's time for our hardcore fan. Well, some hardcore fans here before the game. The Factory Pizza is the sponsor for that, and they know how to do it right. Down there at the Factory Pizza, everybody talks about their pizza, but their sandwiches are awesome as well. I had a pizza from them tonight. It was like a chicken Alfredo with artichoke hearts on it.
The white one.
The white one.
See, that's how I designate my food. The white one, the red one, the brown one.
I saw you looking at mine, and I kind of growled at you, didn't I? The Factory there on South Main, just as you head up the hill, and they've been there a long time, Lee. How long?
30 years.
Wow. Been there as long as I can remember. Of course, I'm only 26. Here's the pitch back to Herman as they try to get him to the outside. He makes one cut and picks up about 5. And if Skyview's able to do this all night, they're going to take home the hardware.
Tackle made by number 13, Carlos.
It looks like Roy's got him boxed in there. They're running to the short side of the field, but he still picks up great yardage. That's like
picked up 6
yards, yeah.
He's got 117 yards on 14 carries. And if you're getting 5, 6, 7, 8 yards per carry, Roy's looking to do something. And if Roy starts committing more guys to the line of scrimmage, then Skyview can start looking downfield. Beach has a bunch of yards rushing on his own. When he finds his man, it's Mortensen. Mortensen steps out after picking up the first down at the 26, and it's a 10-yard gain and a first down.
There's still a lot of weapons we haven't seen Skyview use tonight. We haven't seen use Mason Ty out of the backfield as a receiver. Really, a couple throws to Mortensen, one to Chambers, but that's about it. Still using Zach. Haven't used Zach Morrison very much either.
Skyview just winning the smash mouth battle up front. They're going to give it to Herman. Herman running behind his blockers, and he's down to the 20-yard line. That's a 7-yard gain.
Boy, and Mason Ty. I don't know if we can see it in the replay, but he just goes out and buries that defensive back who's coming up in run coverage.
Right there, 87. That's not a defensive
back.
That's
a linebacker.
Defensive end.
Second down and 3.
He just destroyed him. You know that scene from The Blind Side where he blocks him until he's over the fence? That almost happened right there.
He blocked him all the way back to the burger bar.
That's right. Which has great burgers.
You know what their exotic meat is this month?
What?
Camel. They do an exotic meat every month. They're looking for that fade to Mortensen.
Yes! Touchdown.
Touchdown, Skyview. Beach couldn't have put that there better. What a throw. Take a look. 20 yards and a touchdown.
Boy, and this is something that Skyview was really unable to do on their last couple of possessions down in Roy's end of the field. Put it in the end zone, but that is a great pitch and catch, and he just squeaks in that corner of the end zone past the pylon.
Just barely got in, didn't he?
Skyview traveled pretty well tonight.
5 catches, 59 yards, and a touchdown for Roy. 8 of 14 and 83 yards and a touchdown now for Beach. And Skyview with a little bit of breathing room. That one's blocked. So it remains 19-3. Skyview scores on their first possession of the second half to extend their lead.
We are really excited because there's not a lot of places around here, and Smithfield needed another good place. It looks very nice.
Very, very. We walked in and I was totally surprised because before it was just a big open room with tables. This is a restaurant. The color decorations are beautiful.
I had the 3-cheese personal pizza as well as the house salad, and it was really delicious.
It was great.
I really liked the pizza and the breadsticks.
We'll be back. You bet.
Here's that touchdown pass. Beach puts it right on Mortensen. And the official ran out there and kind of had to decide whether he got in or not. And he said, yes, he did. Edewadi, Tyler Edewadi, looked like he might take that the distance. And at the last second, someone ran into him, knocked him down out at about the 28-yard line. And that's where Roy will take over now, trailing by 12.
Edewadi's feeling that a little bit, walking to the sidelines.
There, watch this. He looks like he's going to go. He had a lot of room in front of him.
And a full head of steam.
Right here.
Ooh. That's a nice tackle by number 22, Bernd Lundgren.
I think that saved a touchdown. That could have been a game changer, too. Because right now it is quiet and all the air has gone out of this stadium. There were people waiting to get in this morning at 5:30 this morning to save seats. Is that Edewadi? Edewadi with his best run since the first quarter. In fact, his best run of the night as he picks up 13 yards. 7 carries, 33 yards for Edewadi. Talking to the Roy athletic director. And I called you as you were coming in and saying, man, this is a great atmosphere already. That's an hour and a half before the game.
Well, apparently they let people in at 6 a.m. to put blankets down and pay money on top of their tickets, put blankets down. And they were here lined up at 5:30.
Yeah, they were lined up down the street around the corner, they said. Here's Edewadi bouncing it outside, spinning his way into Skyview territory, and he's got 9 yards. No, 8. And Roy going back to what got them down the field and in the end zone on the first possession of the game. The only time tonight. 41 yards on 8 carries for Edewadi.
Tonight's game being brought to you in part by the Les Listen Company. Business empowered, also by the logo.
Tuatia in the backfield with Edewadi now. Brown and Jones split wide to the near side.
Hands off Edewadi.
And you give it to Edewadi, and they're letting Baby T carry him. 9 yards for Edewadi.
Well, the offense for Skyview has been on the field for a long time, so the defense should be pretty fresh. Problem is a couple of these guys are playing both ways, and Downs and Durant, they're playing both lines.
So's Edewadi.
That's true.
Well, I'm kind of watching Skyview. It's almost like they're looking to try to create a turnover, strip a ball, and hit the home run instead of just getting the down and get the guy on the ground. And Roy's kind of running off tackle now. Before they were running more up the middle. Now they try the middle, and Edewadi bumps it outside, and this time only 3 yards for Edewadi. Well, give him 4 where they're going to spot it.
Pretty good spot.
Maybe T on the carry.
This looks a lot like that first drive of the game.
Gain of 4 on the play. 2nd down and 6.
So you got to do something because your quarterback is rattled. He's been having had Bobcats in his face all night, and this is a good way to get him back in the game. A couple of running plays, a couple of screens, and get his head back in the game.
Jones and Brown to the near side. Again, it's Eduardi and Matuatia in the backfield. They haven't given it to Matuatia yet on this drive, and they won't get it now. Eduardi again off the edge. He's down to the 25-yard line.
Boy, and look who brings him down.
Picks up 11.
It's the offside defensive lineman who chases down the running back. Colton Durant.
They're just, what they're doing is it's numbers. That's what they're doing. They're getting more hats to the ball than Skyview is on that side, and Eduardi's finding the crease, and that's why if Durant doesn't get there, there's nobody. You know who we haven't really heard from tonight is Jake Pitcher.
Yeah, he's, what does he have, 11 sacks on the season?
And he's got 66 tackles. Now they run the little counter the other way, and it's Matuatia, and he's still on his feet down to the 5-yard line. 20 yards from Matuatia. And this looks just like that first drive of the game.
Just great blocking up front, opens up a hole, and he gets to that second tier of the defense, and all they can do to drag him to the ground.
Ball on the 5-yard line, that's first and goal. That's a run!
Saxton on the tackle.
First and goal at the 5.
You look at that and you wonder, well, is Roy doing anything different, or is Skyview relaxing a little because they've got a 2-score lead? And you cannot do that against a team as explosive as Roy.
5.5 minutes, third quarter. So much riding.
Gallegos in motion and hitting the backfield as a Matuatia, and he still keeps his feet and picks up yardage.
Boy,
it wasn't Matuatia, that was Eduardi.
Yeah, that was Eduardi, and that's exactly why. Matuatia is a great speed burst runner. Eduardi just likes to punch somebody, and he's very strong.
It looked like it was Pitcher that brought him down. So he said his name, and it hurt.
Yep.
Second down and goal from the 3-yard line. Eduardi with Matuatia behind him. They're going to give it to Matuatia. No, that's the other. Yeah, that's Matuatia. Touchdown, Roy. 3 yards and a touchdown for Matuatia.
Boy, that's a great cutback against the grain and just drops himself right across the goal line for a score.
And Lee, that was huge for Roy, because I think if Skyview gets Roy off the field and gets that ball back, that might have taken the win completely out of Roy's sails. Now you've got a whole new ball game. And even though you're the team that's up by a score, I think it's Skyview that might be in the danger time. Let's see. Cooley hits it, and it's 19-14. Roy hanging in there. To be 8-0 by rolling over when you've got a little bit of adversity. Roy behind 19-7. They engineer that march down the field and get it into the end zone. And now they're trailing by 5, 19-14.
Well, Roy only had really 2 games where they faced some adversity. They beat Fremont by 7 at Fremont, and then they beat Mountain Crest by 3. Other than that, they were blowouts all the way around.
Cooley's kick not going to get to the end zone. Chambers right up the gut out to about the 32-yard line, and that's where Skyview will take over. Now let's see if the Skyview offense can answer.
Boy, and they really need to right now, and not be. Sometimes when you get a lead, you start to get conservative. It's a weird mindset. You only got a 5-point lead. You got to step on the gas here and use your weapons.
Well, that's what we were talking in the break there. Hey, did the Skyview defense relax with a 2-score lead because they stuffed them for so long, or did Roy start doing something different? But I think it could be, Skyview could get in trouble in a hurry if they don't stay aggressive. A couple of yards there for Herman.
He's going to pick up 3 yards. And Herman's kind of limping. He got hit hard on that right thigh.
Yeah.
3 on the play. 2nd down and 7.
Kind of dead-legged him.
Yep.
See now Skyview letting clock run before they snap the ball. Going to give to Herman again. Herman following blockers, and he's in the clear. Herman makes a cut to the outside. He's in Roy territory and down at the 40-yard line. 25 yards.
Boy, and that is a huge run. Looks like he might have been taken down by the front of his helmet. We call that a face mask. But no call from the officials. Big gain for Skyview. Take a look at the replay here. And you know, this is almost like, it's like deja vu all over again. Herman's been just running all over the Royals.
If Skyview wins this game, we probably clear the game to Roy, or not Roy, to Herman. But I think the big tight end, Ty, needs to get something. He has just been devastating as a blocker.
Yep.
Big number 87. And in Skyview, looks like they're moving early. And this has been one problem Skyview's had tonight and really all season is the penalties. That's the 5th penalty on Skyview.
That's going to push him back 5 yards to nose on the ball at the 45. 1st down and 15.
I guess the good news is it's 1st down. The bad news is now you got to go further. It's always a good news, bad news.
Yeah, well, passing quarterbacks never mind if you give them extra field.
Well, that just means Herman can run for more yards, right? He's at 152 yards rushing. They're going to give it to him again, and he's got another running lane. Wow. Down to the 30-yard line. It was 1st and 15. He picked up 14 yards.
Boy, that downfield blocking by Skyview is just amazing tonight, and it's making Herman look like a Superman. Take a look at this blocking. Durant picks up a block. Downs is downfield blocking. There's Morrison as well. And Durant still looking for somebody to put a hat on.
They spotted him short of that 30-yard line. 2nd and a yard. 2.5 to play in the 3rd quarter. Skyview by 5. Looking to get some breathing room.
Well, you've got the defense on their heels here. This is a great place for a little play action, I think.
Look for Mortensen again, right? No, they're going to give it off to Herman. Herman ran into his blocker and falls forward and gets 2 yards and a 1st down.
That's Talua over there, the pulling guard, and he tries to get a block, but he's taking up a little bit of space.
Great job by the Skyview offensive line tonight, and then big number 87 they've been running up in behind Mason Ty. Well, he's done a fabulous job opening lines.
When you nearly average 300 pounds on your offensive line in high school, and then you throw in a 225-pound tight end,
you should be able to
run.
They pitch to Herman, and Herman can't get back to the line of scrimmage, so a rare tackle for a loss.
Well, I think that Skyview just figured something out right there. We really haven't seen many pitches that you mentioned. Roy has great lateral defense and lateral speed. So if you can get through that first barrier on the quick gives up the middle, then you're going to get yardage like we have seen. But that pitch allows for the defense to catch up.
2nd down and 12.
2nd down and 12 after a loss of 2. Herman could probably use a rest, and he's going to stand and block. Beach, he's got his man, Chambers. Chambers inside the 5.
Boy, and that is a great route by Chambers. He seals the defender on his back hip and gives a wide open lane.
29 yards, I'm sorry.
29 yards and a great catch. They're going to spot that at about the 2, I believe.
Ball on the 2-yard line.
1st and goal from the 2. That's a great route.
3 catches, 44 yards for Chambers and Beach.
How many yards for?
112.
It's pretty good.
Beach he's putting it right on his receivers tonight. He's dialed in. Give to Herman. Touchdown. Skyview as they answer. Wow.
Well, and he deserves it. Deserves that touchdown for all the work that he did on the other end of the field. And,
my goodness.
And, Herman is having the game of his life.
Touchdown.
21 carries, 168 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Take a look at the replay here, brought to you by Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology. And just untouched into the end zone. That's great blocking once again. I think if Skyview does go on to hold on to this game, we may be giving out a couple of those Angie's coupons to the offensive line.
Might have to take one down for everybody, huh? They're going to go for 2 because they missed that PAT earlier, had it blocked. Beach throws, and it's incomplete. So it's 25-14. Skyview answers with a touchdown of their own. 1 minute to play in the 3rd period.
Hi, Tom.
Wendy's bacon portobello melt. You look different.
I had a little work done.
New bun?
Brioche.
That's hot.
Okay, that was weird. Here's yours. I'm gonna take mine and leave you two alone.
Wendy's Bacon Portobello Melt. A new buttery brioche bun, crisp bacon, and rich portobellas in a melty cheddar sauce.
Now that's better.
Well, here's Garrison Beach, putting it right on Chambers. And that was down to the 2-yard line. And then Herman ran it in from there. 168 yards and 21 carries for Herman, 2 touchdowns. And if Skyview holds on to win this one, you're handing out a lot of game balls, aren't you?
Yeah, no kidding. Well, and you said it, this has been a fantastic team effort from Skyview. Even though Herman's the standout, the defense has played great, the offensive line has played great. 1 minute to go in the 3rd period.
Beach has been efficient, and the throws when they've asked him to make them, he's made all the throws that they've asked him to make.
Touchback, we haven't seen many of those in this game.
No, we've had plenty of returns, haven't we?
Well, you got to think the defensive coaches of Skyview lit them up after that last possession of Roy. You got to tackle lower. You can't be tackling so high.
Well, we wondered with Roy seizing momentum back if Skyview could be in some danger time, even though they were ahead. But they came and answered right back.
Mason Ty on the defensive line playing down spot.
Where did he transfer in from?
I don't know. I heard Montana, but I'm not sure.
Edawati with a gain of about 3, maybe 4. He's hard to bring down.
You just never know how reliable the information is you get from your teenage kids.
I don't know if you can call it information. You can call it an eclectic variety of words strung together. 30 seconds left here in this 3rd period, and it's 2nd down and 7 for Roy. They trail 25-14. Skidmore off his back foot, and it's knocked down. He was looking for Hobbs and coming up from that safety position.
Well, that was a great defense.
Yep, it's Coulter Rock.
Intended for number 3, Cody Hobbs.
Rock could have blown this receiver up, and instead, watch at the end, he knocks the ball down. Comes in with his hand and knocks it away from Hobbs. And it's 3rd down and 7 with 15 seconds to play in the 3rd.
Can't let down right now. This is where you want to keep your foot on the throat of your opponent if you're Skyview's defense.
Go ahead.
They're faking the blitz, looks like.
Skidmore hasn't looked very comfortable in the pocket. And he's got his man, it's Jones, and this time his receiver helps him out and hauls it in. It's an 12-yard gain and a 1st down.
Ball out to the 35-yard line. That's a roll.
Only 2 seconds went off the clock on that play.
He stopped the clock to set the ball after the first down, and they're not going to run a play. So it's 25-14 as the third quarter comes to an end. Skyview, 12 minutes away from a region title.
Skyview Bobcats 25, the Royals 14.
Well, and that's the difference between us and say a chain that they'll hire anybody off the street and doesn't matter. And not that that's so bad, but here we're trying to give as personalized service as you can, as informed as you can possibly be, and help the individual in their selection of eyewear.
Yeah, that's a great benefit. I don't see how you can put a price tag on that. That's
Well,
awesome.
that's probably right.
25-14. Skyview leads Roy as we start the fourth quarter. I'm Eric Olson along with Lee Vaughn. We appreciate you joining us for the game of the week on the Valley Channel. Skyview looking to hoist the hardware as the region champ, sole region champ, not sharing it with anyone for the first time since 2006.
Box Elders answered Logan, by the way.
Oh, yeah?
It's 21-14 now in the third.
Things getting interesting in Brigham City. First down for Roy as we start the fourth quarter. They're at the 35-yard line. Skidmore, they're going to go downfield. It's Brown has beaten his man. Brown hauls it in. They fake the little screen. It froze the corner, and they went to the fly.
Cade McCulloch has the speed to stay with him, but he just stutter-stepped and lost that one step on Brown, and that opened him up for a pretty easy completion.
40 yards, and that's the biggest play of the night for Roy. By a long way. A 20-yard run by Matuatia was the only explosive play of the night so far for Roy. So Roy trying to answer.
With no pressure from the defensive line that time, and gives Skidmore a ton of time to get the ball downfield.
It's amazing how good a quarterback looks when he can stand back there, right? Skidmore's got room to run. He unloads it. It's got a man, and it's knocked down. Where the defensive back, 22, made the play at the last minute. He could have maybe picked that off, Lundgren.
Well, he could have picked it off, but the officials also could have thrown offensive pass interference as the ball gets there just after the contact. Take a look here. He's already got a man draped all over with his hands in his face.
Next to the rails.
That's
Who can be at the rails?
not a call they call very often, though. It's offensive pass interference.
Now, was there a flag on the field? What's going on? They're going to call holding on Skyview.
Wow, really? Huh.
That's a first down.
I don't think we'll see that in our replay, but yeah, the holding happened somewhere else, but the offensive player's got two hands in front of the defender's face. And another penalty hurts the Bobcats.
For Skyview, that's their sixth flag of the night, 2 on Roy. Bobcats have 8 in the box. Eduardi to the 10. He picks up 5.
Takes the ball down to the 10-yard line.
Boy, 8 in the box, and you still give up 5 yards.
Lundgren. We'll call it the 11-yard line.
Roy trying to punch it in here, and if they score early, you wonder if they'd go for 2, because if they put 8 points on the board, now they're within a field goal. First, they got to put it in the end zone. Eduardi and Matuatia in the backfield. Jones, a lone receiver. They're looking for Jones. McCulloch on him, and he knocks it away at the last second, and no flag.
That is perfect pass defense. He gets his head turned around. He knows exactly where the ball is and gets his hand up just in time as the ball arrives. That is That is really good defense.
Huh.
Skidmore put it on the money.
Impressive.
And the secondary stepped up tonight. They've
2 of 7 on 3rd downs for Roy, and it's 3rd down and 6 at the 11-yard line. And what does Roy do if they don't convert? Do they kick a field goal?
Well, you got to have the 3 at some point in time, so
Yeah.
I would take the points.
Here's the give to Edawati, and Edawati picks up a couple of yards, and it's going to be 4th down.
He tries to get to the edge, but Hayden Allen is there, as well as linebacker Levi Hammer.
It's a great linebacker name.
It is a great linebacker name. Only better if his first name was Thor.
Roy has 2 timeouts left, and you wonder if they might take one here. I haven't seen the kicker, Ikuli, come onto the field yet.
And he's not.
Well, the clock's on. He ought to be getting close to that count now.
That back judge is not counting yet.
4th and 4. Now he's counting. Skidmore's got his man inside the 5, and it's a 1st down.
Well, I don't know what Saxton was celebrating about or
Ball's on the 3-yard line. That's a
Yeah, I don't know what Saxton was doing there.
Was that Jones that caught that? 23?
Yeah, I think so.
So it keeps the drive alive on 4th down.
knocking at the door.
9.5 to play in the game. Roy down by 11. Skidmore keeps it. He looks like he's in. Touchdown, Roy. So for Roy, for Skidmore, 3 carries, 8 yards, 2 touchdowns.
They're going to go for it like we talked about.
Yeah, you get the 3 here, now you're within a field goal. A 4th down conversion by Roy to set up that touchdown. And they got a 40-yard pass completion from Skidmore to Brown. And so now from the 3-yard line, they go for 2. They give it to Brown. He pitches it back to Jones.
Boy, his knee was down.
His knee was down. And there's a penalty flag back at the 10-yard line. He was down when he pitched that for number 1, and number 2, there's a flag down.
Wow, that's a
watch right here.
Take a look.
It looks like Brown's knee is down before he pitches it.
And it
oh
is.
yeah, he was waiting.
So blatantly obvious. I don't know how they could miss that call.
Oh, and they waved the flag off.
Wow, that's a terrible call. I try not to ride the refs that bad, but in this game, that's terrible. That is terrible.
Now the Skyview coaching staff is right in the official's face.
His knee is so far, I mean, that's so blatantly obvious. It's not like it was close or anything.
Well, and there was a penalty flag down, and that was right where he was tackled. I don't know what penalty you're going to call there. Well, so that makes things interesting. It's 25-22, back to a 3-point game. Skyview can't shake the Royals.
Well, this is a great game, and you know, you hate to think about it, but there's been a lot of points that Skyview's left on the field at this point in time. And now, if you're Coach Andrew, you just got to tell your kids, you know, we are in a stinking fight. You got to go out and punch somebody in the mouth.
You just tell them we've
keep
done it all
after
game.
Yep.
We just keep doing it. Which team's going to start gripping, and which team's going to keep ripping. Ikuli tees this one up. It's going to be returnable. Chambers gets a block, backs across the 21, out still on his feet near to the 25. And that's where Skyview will take over. At one point, Skyview was up by 12. Now it's a 3-point ball game.
Still 9:14 on the clock in the fourth period, so this game could seriously go back and forth.
Skyview had a PAT block, and then they went for 2 and failed on that. So if they get those points, it's 28-22. Either way, it's a 1-score ball game, a 1-possession game. Skyview's been able to run the ball at will, 168 yards for Herman. They have ridden him hard, and now they're going to put it up. Beach looking for Mortensen.
Oh my God.
75 yards. And a touchdown and a flag. A flag back at the 45-yard line.
You're kidding me.
Probably a sideline warning.
Yeah, it's likely to be a sideline warning. You're right. I hope it is, because I didn't see anything.
And that is so far away from where the play happens. That's on the opposite side of the field from where the play happened. And if there's a flag over there, Skyview's bench might come unglued. 75-yard touchdown, but let's wait on the call.
Here we get the signal from the official.
They pick it up.
Picking it up.
No flag on the play. Touchdown, Skyview.
So it is a touchdown.
So far, that official's picked up 2 flags in his last 2 throws.
But oh my goodness, Lee, we're thinking maybe Skyview comes out and pounds it, and they go right up top.
Well, you got to think that Roy was thinking the same thing, because they've been getting pounded all night. That's a great catch.
Beach puts it right on his receiver again. The young junior really playing a whale of a ball game. This game's been awesome.
Mortensen's second touchdown of the night. Last point after was blocked.
It's a big one, and he makes it. So it's 32-22 with 9:02 to play in the ball game. We got a barn burner going in Roy.
When I was young, I never needed anyone, and having lunch was just for fun. Those days are gone. Don't wanna be all by myself anymore.
Dry your tears. Wendy's pretzel bun is back, served up just the way you remember it. Get it, love it, tweet it.
Now that's better.
Well, Roy comes within 3. You think maybe Skyview's going to put it on the ground, try to milk the clock? Heck no. And that's no small feat for Mortensen to outrun Nate Jones, because Nate Jones is fast, and Mortensen was faster. There was a flag on the far sideline. We had to sit and wait and wonder what that was. They picked the flag up, and now it's 32-22. Skyview back out to a 10-point lead. But this one's not over, because Roy has answered everything that Skyview's thrown at him tonight. Gets into that one. Does it go in the end zone, or is it going to be it? Nope. It's out of bounds before it gets in the end zone, so that would come out to the 35.
Ball comes out to the 35-yard line. First and 10, Royals.
Can't talk enough about how enjoyable this game has been. The good folks here at Roy High have been more than accommodating for us. They were feeding you before the game.
Yeah.
They looked at me and said, he doesn't need to eat anything. But they just handed you a bunch of hamburgers.
That's right.
They're going to make them kick it again instead of taking it to 35. Mike Pusey's the athletic director here, if that name sounds familiar. He played basketball at Utah State.
Nice guy. 6'9". You know exactly who the AD is here.
Oh, it's that guy.
Royals up for a re-kick.
He went to high school down here, I believe.
This time.
He played there, it was about 10 years ago. When he played there at Utah State. Got quite a connection with Utah State here at Roy High. Of course, Fred Fernandez played for Utah State. Skyview kicks it again. This one short and high. And fielded out there by Dave Dorber. Dorber out to the 30-yard line. So Roy lost 5 yards.
That's right. Hatterley, great coverage there. Just blows him up. Stops him dead in his tracks at the 30.
But you know, it's a big difference in the second half. Roy's had better field position. That whole first half, they were backed up. With terrible field position. Just couldn't get anything going. In this second half, they've been playing, you know, at the 20, 30, 40-yard line. And what a difference that makes.
We're taking care of the concession stand in the northeast.
Jones and Brown will split out to this side, and they're joined by Matutia. Edouadi in the backfield with Skidmore. Edouadi's going to block, and Skidmore looking. Down he goes! He was going to throw it, and then he brought it down, and that's Ty, who comes off the bottom of that pile.
I think that's the first time he's been sacked all night. There's been a couple of close calls, hasn't there?
That's the first sack tonight.
Yeah, first real sack.
By either team.
Boy, Logan and Boxelder are tied up.
So a loss of 10 for Skidmore.
Boy, that's a big deal. That's second down and 20.
Roy had cut this ball game down to a 4-point game.
To say the least. One of the top sack outfits.
A 3-point game, and there's the sack.
Boy, and Colton Durant gets there first, and Ty cleans it up.
As we get close to 8 minutes.
It was a 3-point game at one point. Skyview looked like they might be in trouble. And now all sorts of trickeration to set up a screen. And it ends up being about a 14-yard gain. It'll be third and about 7.
Well, I'll be honest, I had no idea where the ball went there for a minute. That was crazy.
Pass complete to number 10, Jaden Brown.
See if he can follow this. All right, here we go. Now we're going to hand Brown on the end around. He's going to flip it to Jones. Jones is going to flip it back to Skidmore and go back to Brown.
And still third down and 6.
Just trying to get the defense out of position. And Skyview did a pretty good job of staying home. Skidmore rolling out. Has his man Jones at the sideline. He caught it. That's a first down. 12 yards and a first down.
That's a great throw right to where only Jones can get it.
5 catches, 46 yards for Jones, 8 of 19 for 120 yards for Skidmore. He's got 2 rushing touchdowns. Skidmore has time, stands in, looking for his man, and it's Matutia. And if he hits him on the run, he's probably going to score.
Yeah, that's a score. Burton Lundgren is behind the man. That's a tough coverage for that cornerback.
Pass falls incomplete. Brings up second down.
7:27 to play in a 10-point ball game. Roy looking to keep up with Skyview as both of these offenses have stepped to the forefront here in this second half.
Yeah, one of these defenses is going to have to step up and stop the bleeding, and you wonder who it's going to be.
Ball at the 47-yard line. Roy with second down and 10.
We know Skyview can do it. They did it quite often in the first half. Roy really hasn't stopped Skyview tonight.
Skidmore unloads, and it's knocked down. Downs.
That was knocked down by Tyler Downs' left pec.
Yeah. And Skidmore looked like he might be getting nervous in that pocket because they were coming after him. He got rid of it in a hurry. 3rd and 10. 3 of 9 on 3rd downs for Roy.
This is a long 3rd down and a big one if you're a Royals fan.
It's been a great story in the high school sports. In high school sports this year, as Roy, with their best season in many years. And they're looking to keep it an undefeated season. Pitcher spins, can't get there, and there's Hobbs grabbing it on the sidelines, and he's upended, but not until he picks up big yardage and a 1st down. 20 yards.
Pitcher gets pressure and just can't get his hands up in time, and Hobbs just sits down in that zone and waits for the ball. Good delivery by Skidmore.
Skidmore 140 yards now. 7 minutes to play. The Royals down by 10 and in Skyview territory at the 32. Underneath, he's looking at Brown. Instead, he goes to Matutia, who's wide open again down the middle. And he just can't find him.
Well, it's a tough pass. They're working that seam right now, and it's a very hard pass to catch. Over his back shoulder, and that's difficult. If he can put it right in front of him, that's easy.
6:52 to play in the ballgame. 2nd and 10. Roy taking a long time calling this play, getting this play in.
Back judge watching his watch. Watching his wrist clock. Starts counting just as they get to the line.
3, 4, 5, and they call a timeout. There's Roy just as that back judge gets to 5 seconds. Wow. Roy taking a long time to get that play in.
You know, I think Skyview's going to have to score again.
Probably.
I kind of feel that way right now.
Before this is all said and done, probably. Well, Skyview gets a home playoff game regardless of what happens tonight. But are they going to be the number 1 seed or are they going to be the number 2 seed?
Well, you always have the whole playoff thing in your head. So who do they play if they're number 1 seed?
Well, why did you ask me? Because tonight's the night I know.
You did not do that.
It's because it's not set yet.
That's true.
All those regions, as we take a look at the clock there, and there's the Skyview sideline. All those regions are still kind of up in the air, and not all of the regions are playing tonight. So we don't really know.
True.
And they'll probably be playing on Halloween, which gives you and I a good excuse not to have to go trick-or-treating. Well, you're old enough, your kids are old enough, you don't have to worry about it.
That's true. My youngest is 16. I just got to worry about him not getting arrested.
Yeah, well, that's true. I got two young enough ones to go.
I like to set up my whole porch as the scariest porch in the cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
Scare all the little kids. I'm kind of mean that way.
I like to shut the lights off so nobody thinks I'm home while I eat the Halloween candy myself. Skidmore's got time. Over the middle, looking for Hobbs. Touchdown! Flags all over, but it's going to be against Skyview. 32 yards and a touchdown for the Royals. $68 yards on 3 catches and a touchdown now for Hobbs. Skidmore's been just a little off, Lee, a lot of times tonight, and he put that one right on top of him.
Defensive holding, and of course is going to be declined. 6 points for Roy.
First touchdown pass of the night for Roy.
Roy's blocked a point after attempt already in the game. It'd sure be a big deal if Skyview could get through the line and block this one to reciprocate.
Cooley getting set for the PAT, and Roy moved.
They moved. Jake Pitcher got him to jump.
Dead ball, false start on the offense.
That's the call.
Mid-try.
Only the 3rd penalty of the night on Roy. 3 penalties for 25 yards. Skyview's been flagged 6 times for 40 yards. Eli Cooley with now basically a 25-yard PAT. Plenty of leg, and it's right down the middle. 32-29. It's a 3-point game at Roy.
Welcome to Grease Monkey. What can we do for you?
Oil change.
Oil change? Well, this is the oil you're gonna want.
For that oil one.
Was that missed call on the down knee now?
Players make plays. Hobbs is a player, and he makes his play, and his quarterback Skidmore is a player himself.
That was a great pass.
It's kind of a double move, and they got McCullough to bite on it.
Previous penalty of holding will be assessed on the kickoff. Roy to kick off at the 50-yard line.
They assess the penalty now on the kickoff, so the ball's set at the 50.
Yeah, so they'll kick it from the 50. See if they try some trickeration here.
This is the place to do it when you get this bonus yardage.
And Cooley. He does. Oh, my goodness. The ball was caught originally by a Skyview player, and then he was just walloped, and I think he dropped it. I mean, that was a hard hit against a defenseless player.
I think we call that.
Yeah! On Roy's ball. Watch this.
I think we call that head-to-head contact.
Yeah, he hit him. He hit him clear up in his noggin.
I am just beside myself with this officiating crew because that is helmet-to-helmet contact.
And Roy gets it back. They dig it out of there. And if the Bobcats want to win this game, they're going to have to make a play defensively. You wondered. Watch this. He looks like he's fielded it cleanly. Then bam. It was up in his shoulder. I don't know if he was at his head, but he was high.
Their face masks sure hit.
Skidmore's going to throw, and Brown's going to throw, and he's looking for Matuatia. And Matuatia catches it. Touchdown, Roy! They have dug deep into the playbook tonight and just pulled out everything. And finally they lead.
Wow. That's a great pass by Brown. Almost as good as Skidmore's passes tonight. Roy, the defender of Skyview, has no clue that ball is even coming to Bert Lundgren. He just gets fried on that. This is a big point after to give him a 4-point lead.
Was that Adewale 24 or Matuatia 25?
I think it was 25.
Cooley's kick is good, and Roy with the lead with 6:35 to go. Plenty of time. And a great game in Roy. Here's another look at the trickeration by Roy. Skyview just getting caught, looking.
Well, that's a good play.
That's Adewati. That's Tyler Adewati who caught the touchdown. Now, we've seen that Roy.
McCullough boots it.
We've seen that Roy can play from behind and with the pressure. Can Skyview?
Still a lot of time in this game. 6:33 to go.
Yep.
How many timeouts has Skyview called in the second half?
None.
It says 1.
No, they've got 3 left.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong
Roy's
side of the
got
board.
one.
Roy has 1. Boy, and you got to think Skyview got a little tense all of a sudden.
Yep.
These last couple of possessions.
They give it to Herman. Herman. And he gets maybe back to the line of scrimmage, and it's just amazing with these young men how momentum works, isn't it?
Yep.
He loses a yard. And Skyview is down for the first time in the game tonight. They just couldn't put Roy away. And the first turnover of the game went Roy's way. Skyview's had 2 or 3 chances to turn Roy over, and they were unable to do it. And Roy just kind of hung around. And now they're going to get another penalty on if they don't call a timeout, and they call a timeout.
Boy, Coach Anders giving the back judge an earful about how fast he's counting.
Well, that Skyview sideline has been in the stripes face this whole second half because we've seen some interesting stuff tonight.
Well, we've seen that back judge all night. There's some plays where like, surely he's got to be counting by now, and other plays he just calls that delay of game earlier on, which forced Skyview into a field goal instead of a touchdown opportunity. It's been very difficult to deal with, and I can imagine Coach Anders' blood pressure is about ready to explode out of the top of his head.
So it's 36-32 with 5:44 to play. Roy has come back from a 12-point second half deficit to take the lead. With 5:44 on the clock for Skyview. Beach has time. Now he's flushed out. Now he goes over the middle to Chambers, and Chambers hauls it in for a first down.
Big catch.
Huge catch.
Ball on the 24-yard
15 yards.
First and 10, Skyview.
Wow.
Well, that's a great throw by Beach as well. He's up in the air, off balance, and still puts it on the money.
Yeah. 59 yards on 4 catches for Beach. And now a flag and procedure called again on Skyview. So the 7th penalty on Skyview. Roy with 3.
On the offense, 5-yard penalty.
There's still lots of time if you're Skyview. You don't have to get in too big of a hurry. And the clock starts. And it's 1st and 15. Beach slips, and down he goes. He slipped on his own. He tried to step forward, and he lost 8 yards. My goodness. Watch, he puts his foot back to try to plant, and
it's we mentioned it before the game. This is the first time we've been on a game that's on real turf in a long time.
Yeah.
And it's different for these kids from Cache Valley who play on a lot of sport turf.
That's strange to say, isn't it?
Yeah.
And second down, that one goes out to the 20-yard line. It's an 8-yard gain, so it'll be 3rd down and about 13. Who made that catch?
Number 8.
Happened so fast, I couldn't even
Chambers.
see it. 65 yards on 5 catches for Chambers. So let's see. Skyview 3 of 7 on 3rd downs. 3rd and 13. Beach stands in. Now he's in trouble and down he goes. Just held it too long. And the first sack of the night by Roy, and it's Jackson Hare.
Boy, and with the running game of Roy, you got to kick it here, but the running game of Roy, that might be the ball game right there.
If Skyview loses this game, you look at all of the opportunities that they have had that didn't turn into touchdowns. You look at strange penalties. You look at funny calls. You look at guys who you thought the knees were down. And Beach is going to kick it away. And sometimes it's just your night. And that's kind of the way it's gone for Roy. They just hung around.
It's their half.
And they never panicked. They never panicked. They stuck with what they needed to do. And then they went deep into the playbook.
Well, and I think a lot of it has to do with, we counted before the game. This is senior night. There was 21 seniors on this team. They've been through everything together, and this is indicative of really that team spirit that Roy has shown all year long.
You may be able to catch Skyview here too, thinking that just like Skyview caught him on that 75-yard touchdown, you may be able to find Skyview here looking for a run and go over top and put the nail in the coffin.
Roy hurrying up to the ball, a little spring in their step.
I betcha. Going to give it to Edewati. Edewati picking up 5. Where this game, in my opinion, turned Lee was Skyview scored in the 3rd quarter on their first possession, and they go up by 12 points. And then they let Roy march right down the field and put it in the end zone.
Yep, couldn't stop him. I don't think they had a 3rd down on that drive.
And then they haven't stopped him since. Skyview, you had to use a timeout on your last offensive possession.
Got to start using some timeouts here if you can't get them stopped.
We're going to give it to Matuatia. Matuatia to the outside. First down, and he steps out of bounds. But he's got a first down. And Roy started to run this outside like this
on the carry
here in this second half too, on that long touchdown drive. And Skyview hasn't been able to bottle them up. .226. When did Skyview start using their timeouts? Probably after this play. Roy is taking care of the football tonight. Gives it up to Matuatia, and there he goes. No, that's Edewati, and again they go outside. Off tackle, and again it's 5 yards. 17 carries, 88 yards, and Roy's trying to salt this one away. Skyview hasn't taken one of those timeouts yet.
Well, don't expect the Royals to pass the ball here. They have such sure-handed and good running backs. They're going to keep doing it until Skyview can stop them, and they're not. Skidmore's going to stand there and stare at the back judge until he starts to count.
It's been 25 seconds. There's the count starting. They give it to Edewati. Edewati just put the ball game away, Lee.
Yep, that's the end of
it.
7 yards.
30-yard line.
There's a hold.
Came from the other side of the field.
On Roy.
On the offense.
Wow.
10-yard penalty from the spot on the foul.
It's the first holding call against Roy all night. They haven't called hold really on either team. That's not a call we've really seen today.
I think they called one on Skyview.
And now Skyview takes the timeout. 1:34 to play. Now it's 2nd and 12. That would have put the game away, Lee. So Skyview gets a little bit of a reprieve. Skyview if something crazy doesn't happen here and you lose this one. Boy, it's a woulda, coulda, shoulda. But this is where they've run all second half. They've just kind of bounced off tackle like that. And look how they just collapsed everybody down.
Such a punishing runner, you know. He just puts his head down and runs over poor DBs.
The first drive of the game was all the way downfield with runs like that, and then it just didn't happen. Skyview was able to bottle up the running game, and the same with the first drive of the first possession of the second half with Roy. And then Skyview came and down with it, and they scored on that first possession of the second half to make it 19-7. And then Roy just marched right down the field. All the things that Skyview had been doing defensively in that first half and up to that point, all of a sudden it seemed like they weren't doing it anymore. So it was either they weren't doing it or Roy had made some changes, and Skyview hasn't stopped him since. Here's Matuatia. Down near the first down marker, and Skyview's trying to rip that ball out of there, and meanwhile he's turning around and backing his way toward a first down. They pull the guard. They lead with the fullback. And look at that.
Timeout Skyview.
It's going to be third down. Boy, they didn't give him a very favorable spot, did they?
No, that was a huge gainer, though, on second down, and they only have third down and 2 to.
He picked up 10.
Put this game away.
For Roy, they are looking for their first outright region championship since 1976. Already they're going to host their first home playoff game since 2001. And this is really the first test Roy has had since they escaped Mountain Crest. And Skyview controlled this game for much of the game, and then just some crazy things started to happen. Looked like they got some stops a couple of times, and they gave up on an onside kick.
If you like football, this has been
Lincoln's
the
had
game.
everything.
Trick plays, great defense, great offensive plays. It's been a fantastic game.
Edouardi off the edge, turns the corner, stays in bounds and goes down to the 10, and now it's taken a knee, and Roy is going to be taken home the hard way. They come from behind.
And he's a low runner. He runs so low to the ground.
They've outscored Skyview 29-13 in the last about quarter and a half. And it was 19-7. And you've got to give Roy credit.
They played tough. They never gave up.
Seemed like he thought with Skyview they needed one more stop. They couldn't get that stop. Roy kept making plays. And Fred Fernandez's team is going to be your Region 5 champ, but they come from behind victory. It's been a long time coming for the Royals.
Long time.
And they're going to enjoy it here in Roy, and Skyview is going to lick their wounds and then just have to let it go because they're going to have a playoff game in a week. Skyview will go in as the number 2 seed. The Royals of Roy are your Region 5 champs in dramatic fashion. 36-32. Roy wins.
This is Jessica. I know Jessica doesn't look like a Jessica, but she's been tired of getting taken advantage of in the automotive industry, so she decided to start dressing like this, right down to her own facial hair. Here at Import Auto, we treat everybody the same. You'll always get a truthful, honest answer and the best advice to keep your car safe and well maintained. Import Auto, you can visit us at 502 West, 1400 North, or also check us out on Facebook.
Would it kill you boys to put the lid down?
Here at Lewiston State Bank, we offer lots of different loan products to meet your needs. We're happy to work with you and hope that you would enjoy working with us.
We had to take out an automobile loan, and so we came into Lewiston State Bank, and she was so good. She worked with me really, really well.
We are proud to have been serving our customers for over 100 years with personalized, friendly service. Please come in and meet your new friends at Lewiston State Bank.
Whale of a ball game in Roy, and the Royals are your region champ with a 36-32 victory. The game of the week was brought to you by Icon Health and Fitness, changing lives with fitness innovation. Wendy's of Cache Valley, it's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's. Mountain Star Cache Valley Hospital, not bigger, just better. Lewiston State Bank, strong and vibrant for over a century. Cache Valley Electric, a tradition of excellence since 1915. New Smile. Keep your teeth with experienced dental care. Camp Chef, the way to cook outdoors. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology, bring back what you've been missing. Cherry Peak Resort, just minutes away to play. Lynn's Audio and Video, Cache Valley's audio and video specialists. The Logo Shop, we logo stuff. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's television station for over 25 years. For Levon and the guys in the truck doing the hard work, I'm Eric Olson saying we'll see you next time on the Valley Channel.